The Middle East is on edge, with tensions reaching a boiling point. Iran launched a massive missile attack against Israel on October 1st, sending shockwaves through the international community. This unprecedented attack marked a dangerous escalation in the long-standing conflict between the two nations, which has seen numerous skirmishes and proxy battles over the years. The world is watching anxiously as tensions rise and the possibility of a wider war looms. Diplomatic channels are buzzing with activity as leaders scramble to de-escalate the situation. The attack has been condemned by the United States and its allies, who have called for immediate ceasefire and dialogue. Many fear it could ignite a conflagration that engulfs the entire region, drawing in neighboring countries and potentially leading to a full-scale war. The situation is extremely volatile, and the coming days will be crucial in determining the trajectory of this crisis. The international community holds its breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution. The animosity between Iran and Israel runs deep. It is rooted in decades of mistrust, ideological clashes, and geopolitical rivalry. The 1979 Iranian Revolution, which brought to power a vehemently anti-Israel regime, marked a turning point. Iran's support for militant groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, which are sworn enemies of Israel, has further inflamed tensions. Israel, for its part, views Iran's nuclear program as an existential threat and has vowed to prevent Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons. On the morning of October 1st, Iran unleashed a barrage of missiles and drones, marking a significant escalation in regional tensions, targeting Israeli cities and military installations with unprecedented intensity. The scale and ferocity of the attack shocked many observers, leaving both civilians and military personnel scrambling for safety. It was the first time Iran had directly attacked Israel since the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, a conflict that had already left deep scars in the region. The Iranian government claimed responsibility for the attack, calling it retaliation for Israel's alleged strikes on Iranian targets in Syria, which they say have been ongoing for years. The attack caused widespread fear and disruption in Israel, with residents rushing to bomb shelters and streets quickly emptying as sirens wailed. Although the country's sophisticated air defense systems, including the renowned Iron Dome, intercepted many of the incoming projectiles, preventing even greater devastation. Emergency response teams were quickly mobilized, treating the injured and providing support to those affected by the attacks. Community leaders urged calm and resilience in the face of this new threat. The international community reacted swiftly, with leaders around the world condemning the violence and calling for immediate de-escalation. The United Nations convened an emergency session to address the crisis. Section 4. Israel retaliates. Israel responded swiftly and forcefully to the Iranian attack. Israeli warplanes launched airstrikes against targets inside Iran, marking a significant escalation in the conflict. Israel said its strikes targeted Iranian military facilities and weapons depots, including those involved in the production and storage of ballistic missiles. The strikes demonstrated Israel's resolve and its willingness to use military force to defend itself against Iranian aggression. Section 5. The world reacts. The recent escalation has sent shockwaves across the globe, capturing the attention of governments and citizens alike. The international community reacted with alarm to the outbreak of hostilities between Iran and Israel. Leaders from various nations convened emergency meetings to discuss the potential ramifications and to formulate a collective response. The United States condemned the Iranian attack and reaffirmed its unwavering support for Israel's right to defend itself. President Joe Biden emphasized the importance of maintaining regional stability and called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. European powers also expressed concern and urged both sides to exercise restraint. The European Union called for diplomatic efforts to prevent further escalation and stressed the need for dialogue to resolve the conflict. Russia and China, while calling for de-escalation, stopped short of condemning Iran's actions. Both nations highlighted the importance of addressing the underlying issues and called for a balanced approach to the crisis. The attack has highlighted the deep divisions within the international community over how to deal with Iran. As global leaders continue to deliberate, the world watches closely, hoping for a peaceful resolution to this volatile situation. Section 6. The path ahead. The situation in the Middle East remains extremely volatile. The risk of a wider war between Iran and Israel is real and present. Much will depend on the actions of both sides in the coming days and weeks. The international community must work urgently to prevent further escalation and find a diplomatic solution to the crisis. Failure to do so could have catastrophic consequences for the region and the world.